the end, I'm gonna do a special one-on-one like talk with other caregivers, so if you want to stay tuned for that. But I thought right now we will let Jason kind of update and talk a little bit about just kind of how you're really feeling about everything and what's been bugging you and not bugging you and that kind of thing. Do you want guidance? Okay, tell me what's bugging you the most lately.
I feel like I have really gone downhill in the last little bit. Just everything is shorter fuse, tired.
Can you give an example? Fireplace.
So in the new room, we put a new fireplace in, and in the fireplace was a gas log set that didn't work, so it needs to go back to the store. It literally has a gas connection and a couple of screws. So it's fairly simple. It was all I could do, and I needed a nap to take it out.
And you described to me when you were doing it that you felt like your brain was just going and it was just like you were sweating and you just needed a nap. What else has been going on with you that's been bugging you a lot lately?
I don't know. I'm really not in the mood to do this, so that's bugging me. I don't want to do this. I just don't want to do this. I don't feel like being asked questions. I don't feel like I just don't want to do it.
We don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Always.
I don't feel like being chipper, and
you don't ever have to be chipper.
Well, then what am I supposed to do here? Because all you're doing is asking me questions, and I don't feel like being, I don't know.
I'm just asking you questions to give everybody an update on your condition. But I think you pretty much are telling it how it is, which is...
Things are getting worse, and it sucks, and I don't like it. It's frustrating.
There you go.
Okay.
That's all you have to say. Oh, you're breaking my heart. Okay, well, that did not go how I thought it would go, because he was in the mood to film. So I guess he wasn't. This next part that you're about to see, I'm gonna look the same. I'm in the same spot, but it was actually filmed before I attempted to film with Jason. We have to respect him and his wishes, and if he doesn't want to do it, but obviously his wishes come first. So watch this next part for those that are caregivers, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so I thought it'd be kind of nice to put here at the end of the video this little one-on-one talk for others who are going through the same situation. So this is for me to other caregivers, those who have this situation in their life, those who take care of those 24/7, or maybe they have a parent or a loved one that they help out with. And so for the rest of you, you can definitely watch, but keep in mind that you might not be able to relate to what I'm going to say, and you might have thoughts or judgments that aren't appropriate since you're not in the situation and are not dealing with someone who has dementia 24/7. So I am filming this before Jason is filming his part. He is taking a nap, and we're gonna film when he gets up, so that way he'll be nice and rested. And for those of you who like to stage things, Jason is like stage 4 or 5, and there are 7 stages in dementia, and everyone's different, and some people have different forms of dementia, and so they all have different characteristics, and so no, everyone isn't the same. I am learning through my support group that they're not all the same, but there are a lot of similarities. And I remember reading other people's things in my support group thinking, whew, glad I'm not going through that. And then now I'm going through that. And it's like, it's really nice to kind of, unfortunately, see where you're going, but have that as a guide, and other people who went through it. It's just been really nice. So definitely recommend, if you don't have a support group, that you get one. You need one in this journey. I want to say that our hardest issue right now is, as silly as this sounds, and I know a lot of people don't think about this, is trust. So I used to trust Jason explicitly and never really thought much about anything that he was doing or saying or whatever. And now trust is like really difficult. I have to monitor him, and it just feels so motherly and controlling. And so it's just such a different role that you have to take on when someone that you're, taking care of has this, especially as your spouse. And so I have to, I'll just start as an example of things that we've personally been having a lot of difficulty with. So I have an app on my phone that alerts me of transactions that are over a certain limit. And when all of a sudden my phone tells me that a large transaction has happened on your bank account, I no longer think, oh my goodness, someone's hacked my bank. I think, oh my goodness, what is Jason doing? And my stomach will just sink. And I'll get choked up thinking about it, because money is such a stressful situation in normal everyday lives. And so when you add that in and combine that in with people who have dementia, it's really difficult. So, and I try and see it from his point of view, and I'm struggling on that aspect because Jason is at the point where he has lost his reasoning skills, his logic, and so very, very illogical thinking. And I can no longer just sit and talk to him one-on-one. Man, we are best friends, but we were in this life together. And when we were back and we were 2-income family and working and doing our thing and everything, if I came to Jason and I said, hey, this month, so this perfect example, November and December are always rough months because our car tags, our property taxes are due, and then Christmas, and I'd be okay, we're gonna have this many expenses, so we have to be really tight on the budget. Boom. Jason would have been my teammate. He would have been right there with me. And I say that to him now, and it just goes in one ear and out the other, and he doesn't really remember it or think about it. And they get very fixated on their own items and their own things that they want, and then they can't think about anything else or the repercussions or how it's affecting other people. And I know that many of you are going through that, and my heart is with you. I know how difficult it is. I know that spending money is a very difficult thing, and taking that away from them, that financial freedom, is really difficult. I think a lot of people, their biggest struggle is when their loved one is no longer allowed to drive. That was a big fight for them and everything. That was not our big thing. Our big thing is making sure that I keep Jason and I safe in to where everything is okay financially, to where we can continue to live just a great life and have a roof over our heads and everything like that. And so that's my number one priority. And so that gets really difficult when that partner can't grasp that concept anymore, and they get angry at you. And something that's new for us is I can't think of any other word than temper tantrums. And that is something that we are dealing with. I am dealing with a lot right now. I've had a couple where people leave mean comments and they'll say, you're acting like his mother. Well, I'm sorry, but he acts like a child sometimes. So that comes out because I am a mother. And when someone's throwing fits and temper tantrums, my dog is scratching at the door. She wants in here. And just all of that, it's really difficult because I no longer had just the role of wife with him anymore. And learning how to deal with those situations when a grown man is just throwing a fit over something that I can see is so small, but so big to him. and just learning to adapt to that. I look back on the very first video that we put out a couple years ago where we were starting this journey, and I want to laugh. Not laugh, but I look back and think, oh, you guys, hold on, you are about to go on a wild ride. I used to be like more in denial about it, and now you don't really, you don't get a chance to be in denial. It's just in your face constantly, and it breaks my heart for him. It breaks my heart for us as a couple, because it certainly hasn't strengthened our marriage. It's changed the entire just aspect of it, and my heart goes out to all of you that are going through this also. So I guess I just like to give the backside view of how everything is. This is actually going to be the end of the video. His part will be before, but thank you to the others that and those that aren't going through it but that support our channel, and all the love and support. It's really nice to not go through this alone, because this is one of the weirdest diseases, and I don't know how, it's really hard to go through it with like grace and dignity, and you're just kind of like, okay, I'm just going along for the ride. But thank you guys so much.